If you want to learn how to create your own subscribe button for free, then this is the video for you. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to create a YouTube style button ready for animation, a branded version, and a cool 3D one, all inside the new Affinity app. It's quick, it's easy, and we'll go over how to use the layers, a Boolean tool, effects, and also the pen tool. If you're new here, my name is Sophie and I focus on teaching one skill at a time. Whether that's in Affinity, Cavalry, Notion, or Final Cut Pro, I've got you covered. First things first, let's go ahead and get our YouTube button template. To help us get started, I'm going to open up Canva. Canva does offer subscribe buttons as part of their paid membership, the good ones at least, but I like to be able to change them and have total control over my graphics. And by that, I mean the ability to brand them, change colors, adjust fonts, and even add specific animations. Over in Canva, I've selected a YouTube subscribe button, which I'm going to use as a template. Because I don't have the paid membership, there will be a watermark, and that's okay. Now that I've got that downloaded, let's dive into Affinity and get going. So first up, we need to go and open a new document. So we can go to File, New, and I'm going to go and do the page sizes, which just make sure they're RGB. I'm going to select the A4, and we're going to go over to the document setup options and select pixels and change the page width to 800 and the page height to 800 pixels. And I'm just going to make sure that the color format is RGB8 and we click on the transparent background and create our document. So with our document open, let's go ahead and bring in our template. So you can go to File, Place, or you can use your shortcut if you've made your own studio like I have. I'll link up above how you can get this shortcut. I'm going to go ahead and select the YouTube button that I want to use and click Open. And then just click once again and it will bring it into your document. I'm just going to center it and there we are. And now I want to go ahead and select this red. So I'm going to go up to the color picker. I'm going to drag it over the button and select that red color. And here you can see the hex code, which I'm going to just copy for good measure, but Affinity is very good at remembering. So now I'm going to go to the layers panel and I'm going to reduce the opacity of this button. I'm going to bring it down to about 50. All right. So the next step is to create a rectangle, sorry. So let's go ahead to the rounded rectangle tool and we're going to just drag it over the existing template that we've got. And I'm going to try and match it as best I can and let go. So now you can see that we've got the rectangle and I'm just going to go to the move tool and sort of like nudge it into place. Now you can kind of see that the corners don't properly match up. So I'm going to need to go and change that ever so slightly. So you can do that by clicking the rectangle tool again, and you can see this orange little icon here, and it'll allow you to move those corners out a bit. This is also reflected at the top here in the percentage bar. So if you move the percentage up and down, you'll also see that the corners move as well. So I'm just going to keep fiddling with it and just try and get it as accurate as I can. I also am going to move the layer above the other layer so I can see it a bit clearer and I can see the shape if there's anything sort of not aligning really well. So here I just want to bump it out a little bit more. Go back, have a look. The next step is to create this little rounded sort of rectangle which is the main play button of the YouTube subscribe. So I'm going to go to my pen tool and we're going to start to put the points down and map it out. So I'm going to put a point sort of down here, which is going to be a straight angle. I'm going to put another one here. I'm going to miss that corner off and then click and drag. And then that allows you to go ahead and create those rounded corners. I'm going to click and I'm going to miss that corner off again and drag. Now this does take practice. You will need probably a couple of goes at this, and I'm going to just do something a bit different here. I'm going to miss out a node and I'm just going to go ahead and click at the bottom and we'll fix that later. It's a good practice when things don't go completely according to plan. And I'm going to click one more time and then complete it by clicking the area where I started and click and drag. Now the little squares are straight edges and obviously the rounded ones are smooth. So let's go up to our node tool and just sort of amend this slightly. So you can click on any of the little nodes and adjust their handles by literally clicking and dragging. If you have a sharp one, then you can just right click and select smooth, or you can just double click on the square sharp node. And then we really can just start to focus on nudging it out, moving it around. And like I said, this does take a little bit of practice, but it's great fun. And you can really get into the weeds of like curving out a shape, making it interesting and different. And again, you know, you can really right click and change those from sharp angles to curved angles as well. And then a bit down here, let's do that. Okay, and then again, change that handle down. Yeah, maybe elongate this one. Okay, so this is my play button. I think I'm more or less happy with it. So the next one is the triangle in the center. So let's go ahead and create that. We'll go back to the pen tool. And this time we're just going to click once, twice, 3 times, and to close it off. And these will all remain as straight angles. And in the layers panel, you can see that we've got 2 shapes now, and I'm just going to head and name them. So play button, the rectangle, and then I've also got the play button triangle. And at the moment, they've got no stroke because it's at 0 points and no fill. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is actually give these a fill. As you can see here in the swatches panel, you can see it's got no fill. So let's go ahead and give that play button rectangle a fill. I'm going to go back up to the little sort of menu area and go to color, and I'm going to make it white. And as you can see now in the layers panel, that whole thing is white. And the stroke, I'm literally going to remove the stroke and go back to the fill color. Okay, I'm going to go up to the triangle, and what I'm going to do is actually show you 2 things. One is the one with it removed and the other one with it colored. But first, let's go ahead and create this subscribe text. Now the subscribe button for YouTube is Roboto, but let's go ahead to our text tool. The artistic one, I'm going to click and drag and just sort of match it to the level of the others. So I'm just going to type subscribe. And as you can see, it's a different font and it's also lowercase. So let's go ahead and highlight it, go up to the top, click on Roboto. I'm going to do bold condensed, and then I am also going to make it uppercase. So you go to the little A's, click that and select uppercase. Now here you can sort of nudge it where you want it to go. I'm just going to go up to my move tool and sort of drag it as best I can to match this template. And to move the actual individual cases out a little bit, I'm also going to press Option, and I'm going to move the arrows slightly just so that it matches. Okay, that is basically more or less the same thing. And then I'm just going to change the color to white as well. So let's turn off the visibility of the old layer, and now you can see how it's coming along. It looks really close and really good, but we just need to do that central play button triangle, and I wanted to remove the arrow so you can see that that's not there anymore. So let's go back to the play button. Now there are 2 ways. You can do it by just simply coloring it red, but what will happen is if you ever want to change the actual color of the button, let's just make it another color, you'll need to remember to actually change the color of that triangle. So the best thing to do is use the Boolean tool. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that red again. And then I'm going to go up to the play button. I'm going to click Shift and select the rectangle. And then up at the Boolean tool, I'm going to select the one that's sort of like a square and a circle with the bit missing out. And now in the layers panel, you can see that it's got the actual triangle cut out. So if you were to change the color like this, the color will automatically change for that play button triangle as well. So let's just go make it red again. So I'm going to select the top one, the subscribe one, and click Shift and click the rest of them. And then I'm going to group them, so Command G. And this is going to be our original sort of YouTube red button. And then what I'm going to do is go Command J to duplicate this. And I'm going to turn off the visibility on the lower one, and I'm going to invert these colors. So I'm going to make the rectangle white, and then I'm going to make the play button rectangle red, and then the subscribe, I'm also going to make it red as well. And just like that, we've now got the inverted colors. So if you were to create an animation, this is exactly what I would do to get my graphics ready. So if you were to use the animation, it would click on, click off, and this is what it would look like in your actual animation if you were to create one. So next up, let's go ahead and create our branded one. So I'm going to duplicate this one, so Command J. I'm going to turn off that visibility on the lower one. I'm going to open it up, and similar thing, I'm going to select the color, and then I'm going to go to my color swatches. I'm going to select my actual brand colors. If you want to know how to do this, leave this in the comment and I'll show you how to import branded templates. And we're going to do the same, just change the colors to match our brand, just doing the simple literal color change. And just like that, we've now got our branded one. Again, you can invert the colors if you want to do that animation. And the last one we're going to do is create that 3D cool one. Okay, so now let's go to our red one again. We're going to commit Command J. I'm just going to turn the visibility off of the others. Command J. And I'm going to just bring it up to the top. I'm going to turn off the visibility on the lower one so I can just see one. And what we're going to do is go to the rectangle, and we're going to go to the effects panel. And here we're going to go up to bevel and emboss, and we're going to have to tick it. And now you can already see how it's got that sort of faint shadow. What I'm going to do is go to the inner type, and that just brings the shadowing and the embossing inwards. And I'm going to adjust the radius. Now this is so subjective, like you can play around with this exactly how you want this to look. But I kind of like those sort of the 12 pixel radius, but I'm going to change the color to a deeper red in the dark shadow area, just because I think it looks a bit more sort of in line with the color theme. I'm going to use the highlight as screen, and I'm going to leave the shadow as multiply. I'm going to soften it ever so slightly, just by 1 pixel. And I might play with direction a little. Yeah, maybe on this side a bit more. No, I think I like it originally. But this is the best part of playing with your own graphics, is that you can really give it a different tone and theme. But I'm going to leave it here for now. And then I'm going to just maybe fiddle with it a bit more. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to maybe bump out the radius a little bit more, because I quite like that shine up at the top. A little bit more. Oh, you can spend hours doing this, but basically I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to scale with object, and I'm going to close it. And just like that, this is how we make that 3D subscribe button. And as you can see now, we've got 4 buttons, which we've got, you know, the red original one, we've got the animated inverted, we've got the branded one, and also the 3D button. And just like that, you now have the skills to create a subscribe button, and even one that matches your brand. In the next video, we'll build on this and bring it to life with animation in Affinity's Animation Studio, Cavalry. If you're creating content long-term, this is a skill you'll want to have. So stay tuned for that video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to get notified when it goes live. As always, my tools and templates are linked in the description below, and if you found this video helpful, then don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, go beyond and create within.